Hey, what's up boys? Welcome back to another video. Now, since a lot of you have been subscribed to the channel, I hope, there is still a part of people who are not subscribed to the channel. If you've been a part of the channel for quite some time, one thing that you've constantly been facing is that you've been shy, you've been introverted. And for that, it becomes difficult for you to make friends, for you to even go out, for you to start socializing with people. And that's what we're going to be covering in this video. We're going to cover the reason behind your shyness, and then we're going to cover how do you get over that shyness, or at the same time, how do you embrace that nature, but still go out there and still you can meet people out there. Welcome back guys. If you do not know who I am, my name is Kshitij and I help you guys with your dating advice, your social life, your personal development and your relationships. In this video, let's get to talking about your shyness and the introverted nature. So firstly, let's talk about some of the reasons why you might be shy right now. Firstly, the number one reason that you might be shy is because you just have not had as much social experience growing up. Maybe you were just doing other things, you were just busy with other things, like studies could have been a priority for you, or maybe sports could have been a priority for you. But generally the people who are into sports are not very shy and introverted. You're just a shy guy who's just not had a lot of experience, who's been focusing more on his studies, who's been just more introverted in and of itself, and playing video games, just watching movies, just doing things which are more introverted. Maybe you grew up spending a lot of time on your phone, and that has led you to not develop that skill set where you could go up to people, you could have a conversation with them, or just every time when you go out you feel the social anxiety coming up. Another reason why you might have the social anxiety coming up and you might feel shy at certain times, you might have the fear also coming up, is going to be because of certain adverse experiences, certain childhood experiences. Maybe while growing up you were bullied and shamed for the way you look. Maybe you were bullied and shamed for just the way you did certain things. Maybe other people just made fun of you. And even at your household, if the things weren't going very right between your parents, if the household environment was very chaotic, we tend to go into a shell and not be able to socialize with other people because we feel that somehow it's all our fault. And which is why while going into a shell, we become more introverted, we become more shy, and we develop this social anxiety around people. That really fucks us up while we're growing up. On top of that, it leads to us having certain fears. One of them being a fear of being judged. That if I enter a situation and if I say hi to someone, what are they gonna think? What might just happen? What if someone else comes in and someone's gonna beat us up? Because if we have social anxiety, that's what we feel. Our heartbeats go up, alright, they go faster, our hands start to sweat. And anytime we think about a hand sweating, or anytime we think about a social situation which might happen in the future, we always assume that it's gonna be negative. And then the way our body responds to that, which could be through sweat, through heart palpitations, through us being nervous, butterflies in the stomach, through us overthinking and all that stuff. We feel that when our hands sweat, it's bad. We feel that if our heartbeat is going up, it's bad. We feel that if we're nervous, that's bad, which isn't true at all. And this is one mindset shift you can make out here, alright? Rather than viewing all of these things as negative, as bad, as that, oh my god, I'm nervous, I should not be like that, and putting pressure on yourself to perform, to be the certain person, to be an amazingly confident guy who never gets nervous, who never sweats, who never thinks about certain things which might happen in a social situation. Drop that pressure and rather accept yourself that you are feeling all these things. Because once we accept what we're feeling in the moment, we sort of lead to a place where we're at ease, rather than putting this pressure on ourselves to perform and resisting what we're feeling right then and there in that moment. So if in a present moment we're not accepting what we're feeling, we're going to be in resistance, and the more we resist something, the more it's going to persist. So us putting these judgment on ourselves that, oh my god, I'm getting sweaty, I'm getting nervous, this should not be happening, rather than living in the present by being like, alright, this is what's really happening right now. In essence, by doing this, we make matters worse and increase the duration of us feeling anxious. Because what happens is, if you go out somewhere and you feel your heartbeat going fast, and if you feel that you're getting nervous, and rather than you accepting yourself, you tell yourself that, oh my god, this is bad, this should not be happening, and now you get more anxious and more nervous because you just got anxious right now. So what is happening is, on a level, you just became anxious. Now you get anxious and fearful of the state that you're anxious. And now because you realize that you're being anxious because you're going to be anxious, you get anxious even more. It forms a feedback loop from hell and makes matters worse. So you're anxious because you're anxious. Another related video is going to be about how to get over social anxiety, which I uploaded last year. You can click out here, there's going to be a thumbnail and then the card thing. You can click on that and you can go watch that video. In this video, I went out and I spoke to random people and I showed you from the place where I was feeling anxious, and if I were to go out there and I want to meet people and I want to get out of my own head, it's okay for me to go out there, it's okay for me to build it as a process rather than expect myself to be amazingly social as soon as I wake up. How that's going to happen is you're going to go out and you're going to start noticing yourself on what you're feeling in that moment. So when you go out and you feel shy, whenever you're entering a social situation, you feel awkward, you feel shy, you feel introverted, notice the thoughts that you're having, notice the emotions that you're having, and notice the sensations that's going on in your body. Also what you're feeling in that moment. So once you start to notice all of these things and you make it a habit, what you need to do is you start accepting whatever you feel rather than resisting it. At the same time, don't identify with that feeling. Identifying with the feeling means one way you could say is I am getting anxious. The second thing could could be that I am anxiety in and of itself. So having the difference that I am experiencing this, but I am not this, is going to create amazing things for you. But now again, don't view this as something which is just a one-time thing that you're going to go out and instantly it's going to get better. You'll have to build more experience on it. You'll have to build this as a practice, and over time, things are going to start to get better for you. So another example to illustrate the point of that I am not what I'm feeling in the moment is that, when you have a phone in your pocket and then someone calls you and your phone vibrates. So now you can feel the vibration going, but you know that you are not the vibration. You can just feel the vibration. Similarly, when you're going out with your anxiety, you will feel it, but you are not that. So you accept whatever you're feeling in that moment. And then the next thing, what you're going to do is you're going to go out there and you're going to feel the fear and you're going to do the approach anyway. You're going to enter the social situation anyway. You're going to start talking to people anyway. Yep. So next time you go out, you notice yourself, what you're feeling, your thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, and accept them, but do not identify with them. Now, getting over social anxiety, I want you to view this as a long-term thing, not as just like a one short-term quick fix that you need out of watching this video. This mindset is going to be extremely important for you to learn not only this, but everything else in life. So generally, when we learn things, we want just, 5 tips to solve certain things. But here's the thing, if only 5 tips could solve something, then clearly, it's not going to be a very deep end solution. With respect to social anxiety and your social life, if you keep looking for short-term fixes and just quick fixes like that, it's just going to be pretty unrealistic and things are not gonna be sorted by the end of it. So you've got to start thinking of this in more long-term basis rather than just a short-term basis. Moving on to the next point, you need to understand that if while growing up you did not have a lot of social experience and you could not talk to a lot of people, or you faced a lot of shaming or bullying or anything, basically all of those things are a thing of the past. Now what you want to do going ahead from here is going to depend on you. Either you can be like, bro, I've went through so many fucking experiences and now I just want to this is my reality, this cannot change. You could do that, or what you could do is you could realize that you're not happy being that same person and you want to get over your shyness, your introverted nature, and you want to move on and have amazing fucking conversations and be just more social with people. I'm pretty sure that you fall into the second category, because why the fuck would you click on this video if you do not? You need to start taking action. So we've already spoken about the mental part of it, but without taking action, we're not gonna proceed somewhere. What I recommend is doing this thing called progressive desensitization, where you go out and you take the minimum viable action. You go out and you start saying hi to people. You start saying hi to the person which is the easiest to say hi to on the first day. So let's say you're really anxious and shy and you got to baby step it. So when you go out, you say hi to the person who is driving you there. Maybe you're in an auto, maybe you're in a bus, maybe you're in a cab. So talk to the auto driver or the cab driver. If you're in a bus, talk to the guy next to you. If you're in a train, talk to the guy next to you out there. As soon as you enter a venue, talk to the guy who's at the gate, talk to the people who are around. Go buy something, say hi, talk to the salesman out there. So taking the minimum viable action will put you out of your head and into reality, and it will put that fear into perspective. Fear is just a mental imagination that what things are going to happen in the future, that how things are going to be. And usually, because we do not have enough experience and our body wants to protect us, our mind wants to protect us, what we want to do is we're very fearful of the unknown. Going into an uncharted territory where we do not have a lot of confidence, where we do not have a lot of experience, naturally the fear is going to come, and that's okay. Rather than trying to resist the fear, you got to embrace it and take the action regardless. Now that you've gone out and you've spoken to a couple of people, your comfort zone has expanded. And next day when you go out, you can push it a little bit more further. You can start by giving compliments to people. You could start by watching other videos out here about how to talk to people, about how to approach people. You could start doing direction openers where you ask a person about directions to this certain place. You could give a compliment to someone on their shoes and then ask them what kind of shoes would they recommend you, because you're like just new to this place. You could go up to someone and you could ask that the clothes that you're wearing, do they make you look like a drug dealer? At the same time, if you're with a friend, you could go up to someone and you could ask them who's more better looking. Or even something else, you could go up to people and you could ask whose t-shirt just looks better because you just had a debate and his t-shirt just looks really girly, or it just looks very off. It looks like it's really old. It does not look as nice. Or you could go up to people and ask about random shit like, who do you think is a better actor? Fucking Shah Rukh Khan or Salman Khan or Amir Khan? Anything. The point being that you're going up to people and you're starting conversation and you're talking to them, and that's it. And you could leave for that day. But the next day when you go out, you've got to push yourself a little bit more further. So maybe the next time you start a conversation, you say hi to them. So it's about progressive desensitization. It's about taking that minimum viable action and pushing it a little bit further each and every day. Another thing which I 100% recommend is you joining social activities where you're going to meet like-minded people. So think about what is it that you've always wanted to learn. Think about what are your hobbies, what are your passions, what do you want to do. So like, let's say joining the gym, going for a yoga class, going for a dance class, going for music club, going for poetry, going for theater, anything that you wanted to do where you could go out and just make sure it's a social thing so that you could go out there and you can learn whatever you want to learn. You can build on a skill set while at the same time you could socialize with people. And it's going to be much better for you to join a place where you have a natural interest, because then you're going to be meeting like-minded people with whom you could do those certain activities that you're doing together. Which is why, joining something like the mentorship makes it fucking amazing for everybody, because if you come on the mentorship program, you meet like-minded people, you meet community of people who are going out there. It makes it very easier for you to find wings. It makes it very easier for you to go out there and learn something and just be like, you're not the only one doing this. At the same time, get amazing feedback from us. So if you want me to mentor you for a course of 12 weeks, you can click on the link below to schedule a free call. We're going to have a call. We're going to see if you're the right fit for the program. We're going to see what the problems you're facing, and if we can help you out achieving those problems, help you out with your social anxiety, and then get you to a place of absolute charisma and absolute confidence. Just click on the link in the description box below and let's get on a call and let's just get this sorted for you. That's going to be all from my side, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, you spank it, smash it, demolish it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.